Giovanni Baldini has walked up into the gate, and King Ruby, drawn on the outside of the field, will be the last of the 3 years old to be loaded away. They're ready to run, racing in the Derby of 2014, and Coupe de Deux a little slow to go. Asmar didn't begin all that quickly, and Gelata immediately back at the tail of the field. Safety Check won the start, went straight to the lead. Toast of New York from deeper on the track rushed up to second. Sir John Hawkins third, Pax Amadia fourth on the rail, and King Ruby's wide. Emirates Flyer in a little trouble making the turn out of the straight. The rider high in the irons for a stride or two. Asmar's now improved, but he's 3 wide going past the 1400 metres mark. Sir Jack Layton on the fence on the inside of Long John. Then Coupe de Deux, followed by Giovanni Baldini, who settles second last, and Gelata is a length and a half away at the rear of the field. They ran the first quarter of the Derby in 27 flat, and travelling down the back towards the 1050. Safety Check led by a length and a half over Toast of New York, who now has cover. Asmar tugging for rain, moves up to be third, 3/4 of a length off the second horse at the 800 metres peg. King Ruby's got in on the rail. From his outside gate, he's found the fence. He's running fifth on the inside of Pax Amadia. Then Emirates Flyer, Sir John Hawkins, Long John, Sir Jack Layton, followed by Giovanni Baldini. Coupe de Deux is being hard-ridden, and Gelata is last of all as they're on the turn in the Derby. 500 metres left to run, and Safety Check said, "Come and catch me if you can." Around the bend, he led by 2 lengths. Toast of New York in second spot. 2 lengths away, Asmar. A long break to Emirates Flyer. Long John hasn't got the zip today, but the Toast has. From the Big Apple, Toast of New York has charged to the front under Jamie Spencer and raced away from Asmar. Emirates Flyer third. Giovanni Baldini much too late. Toast of New York in front, and Toast of New York wins the Derby handsomely. Asmar second, third tight between Giovanni Baldini and Emirates Flyer. Then Coupe de Deux, who got going again after being very hard-ridden coming to the turn. Not the same Long John today. Then Pax Amadias, followed by Sir Jack Braden. Further back, King Ruby, Gelata, and Safety Check was last of all.
Toast of New York has bolted up, broken the stranglehold of 3 previous traders. What a night for the Jamies. Jamie Osborne can hardly believe it, and Jamie Spencer rides back-to-back winners.
Well, fantastic for Jamie Osborne and for Michael Buckley, and also for Jamie Spencer. What a great win. And the great thing about it, Richard, is he really believed in a Jamie Osborne. He's been talking this horse up for many, many months, and he's had this dream of winning this race and also the Kentucky Derby. Well, who's going to deny him that dream now?
Fantastic. And Asmar ran second, circled the field very close for third, with Emirates Flyer maybe just nostriling into I don't know. We'll leave that one to the judge. It is close for third place, but Jamie Osborne was so confident for a long way out. There's Long John, well beaten. So the third place, Emirates Flyer, I think, and Giovanni Baldini, the 2 that are involved in that photo.
Now, I think if the real story is known, this was a horse who very early on was one that Jamie found a little bit of trouble in getting an owner for. He's by a horse called The Way You Are, who's very closely related to Peeping Fawn, who was the dam of one of the other runners in it, Sir John Hawkins. But this horse has always shown ability on a synthetic surface, on the all-weather. He'd won by 16 lengths and 12 lengths at Wolverhampton. Although what they say is a gaff track, there's no doubt about it. He handles that surface. He's built for it. He's a really handsome big horse, and by a horse called The Way You Are.
Well, fair dues to Zoe, who told me last night that this was a great chance. So it's only one at Wolverhampton, but well done, Zoe, and well done to Jamie Spencer.
Jamie, you had to sweat out the last race due to a steward's inquiry. You now have 2 for 2 on this evening's card. Tell me about your trip. It looked like you couldn't pull him up.
This is a good horse. He's always been good, though. And yeah, I'm delighted to get my second winner. If anything, you know, Michael Buckley's an absolute gentleman, and obviously better known for the jumps game. The only way it could be better is if Sheikh Fahad owned half him, but other than that, I'm very pleased.
He's really stepped up his game on the all-weather. This is worth 100 points towards the Kentucky Derby. Do you feel he'll handle the dirt at all?
Geez, I'd be the wrong person to be asking.
All right, Jamie, well done.
Thank you.
So Jamie Spencer about to come back. Won't need to have a sweat about an inquiry there.
No, no way at all. And Kentucky Derby, I'd say it's on. I'd be loving to hear what Michael Buckley was saying after the race, and also what Jamie Osborne is saying, because he's had that in the back of his mind for a long, long time. Full credit to him. Jamie is a really good horseman. He was one of the really good jump jockeys of his time. There's Michael Buckley in the foreground on the right. There he is.
Jamie can hardly believe it. Look, a man who's ridden Cheltenham Festival winners, a jump jockey in a jump set of colours, really, to be honest.
Well, you know, those black and white colours of Michael Buckley.
And Jimmy McCarthy there as well next to him, another old comrade from the National Hunt weighing room. So what a night for Jamie Osborne. Jamie Spencer salutes. And Jamie Osborne still probably struggling to sink in, so Scott, just give him a nudge and tell him he really did win that easily. He's not dreaming.
Jamie, your first win on World Cup night, what is this like?
That's my first runner on World Cup night. Well done, darling. Darling.
Could you ever expect a performance like this?
No. He was awesome, wasn't he? You know, I don't have many horses, and I certainly don't have many good ones, so it's hard to know how good he was. He's a freak. He's been sent along by chance, and it's just wonderful. You know.
What makes him such a freak?
He's got a lot of ability.
You picked up points for the Kentucky Derby. Would that be a thought?
All options are still open. We'll have to speak to Mr. Buckley and see what he wants to do.
Congratulations on the victory.
All right, thank you.
So the official time that's gone up is 1:57.92. As I say, that doesn't really correspond to the sectionals that were coming up during the race, and so element of confusion really about the breakup of those particular times. But look, forget the way it's been won. 1:57.92 is the official time, and that is the second fastest race in recent years, slower than 2010. But it was the dominance of the performance.
That was exactly it. It was the way this horse travelled the whole way. He was up there on the speed. He was second all the way. He was cantering coming around the turn, and then Jamie Spencer went for him, and the response he got, yeah, it was just unbelievable. It was turbocharged, and he kept him going all the way to the line.
Yeah, what a good thing he must have been in that maiden. He actually got beaten twice before he won.
But it's the surface, isn't it?
Because well, he beat the captain as well, though. You know, I mean, whoever beat him, when the horse called Top Tug beat him, his handicap marks about to go through the roof. whoever
Yeah,
he made all on that. The thing was, his Wolverhampton successes, he made all, and you mentioned he won by such a wide margin. It was impossible to exactly say what he'd done, but yeah, old prejudices sometimes lie a bit deep, and when you look at the general Wolverhampton level of form, they'll be celebrating there as well. And in actual fact, you mentioned the fact that that track's been riding quite deep. If you were contemplating a Kentucky Derby, a tilt, it's sort of halfway on the way to dirt. It's not one of the faster synthetic surfaces by any means.
No, it isn't, and it's had its critics over the years, that's for sure, and certainly in recent times. But here's a horse who's actually used it to advantage, and he's actually shown what he can do.
And what a night for Jamie Spencer, because he had a bit of a nightmare, to be honest, 12 months ago. And several horses that were well out the back never showed, and here he's showed much more versatility in the way he's ridden horses, but more importantly, he sat on one particular very good one.
Well, he has, and that's the story of the race in a nutshell. But Jamie's often criticised for riding them chilly. He's out the back, he's switching them off, and if they come off, they look brilliant. If they get beaten, of course, every punter in the land's crying.
But the point about that was, as you say, it was just the belief in what he was sitting on. There was never any concern. He was looking around as they began the home turn from the sort of 600-metre point. And all of those big names, the ones we were touting up beforehand, you know, the Long
Giovanni
Johns
Baldini's finished fourth. I think Emirates Flyer was third.
Just confirm that as well, because we were left that hanging, but there wasn't much between them. There was only a nose, but Emirates Flyer was third, Giovanni Baldini fourth. Cuctado's run well was fifth. And there you can see Jamie Spencer. His night just got better and better.
Yeah, and scenes there in the winner's enclosure which you would more likely associate with Cheltenham.
absolutely. In
Those
UK
colours
major
being
jumping meetings, you know.
Those colours being carried by Finian's Rainbow, winning a champion chase at Cheltenham.
So, I don't think we've seen this also, but he's an absolutely corking-looking individual, that is for sure. And full marks to Jimmy McCarthy, and I know the impact